Welcome to Dr. Fred Markets. This is not financial advice. Most people will never understand how crypto, AI, and global finance are reshaping the world. The rules are changing, and the ones who adapt early come out ahead. You're here. You're paying attention. That already makes a difference. Let's go.
Nuclear stocks are quietly replacing your savings account. Signal 1. With the S&P 500 at 756 and drifting, the boring utilities sector is up, but the nuclear-heavy players inside it are crushing that, and you're not even looking at them. While mega-cap tech fumbles on days like Nvidia down 1.45%, the nuclear complex keeps grinding because electrons don't care about your feelings or your hype cycle. Signal 2. AI is an energy black hole. Every one of those smart models your favorite VC worships needs brutal, round-the-clock power. Data centers already chew 2 to 3% of global electricity. Now Goldman pegs AI data centers alone driving US power demand up by double digits this decade. That means somebody has to feed the beast. Zero carbon, always-on generation, not fairy tale rooftop panels. Signal 3. Governments finally admitted the math. The US just launched billions in subsidies and loan guarantees for new reactors. The EU stamped nuclear as green. Japan restarted plants. Even climate protesters now awkwardly mumble that yes, nuclear keeps lights on without cooking the planet. Uranium spot prices have ripped triple digits off their lows. Nuclear ETFs doubled in a few years, and yet every retail trader is still babysitting weekly options on meme chips. So here's the cliffhanger. While you chase Dell's 34% earnings pop and cry about Blue Origin's explosion taking down space stocks like Rocket Lab 3% today, a slow, ugly sector is quietly wiring itself into the backbone of your entire financial future, and no one taught you how that actually works. Here's the connection no one wants to spell out. AI turned electricity into the new reserve asset, and nuclear is the only scalable 24/7 printer of that reserve. Data center REITs, chip designers, cloud giants, they're just the pretty face. The real power is whoever sells them reliable terawatt hours at a profit. That's nuclear utilities, uranium miners, and the companies extending the life of old reactors while quietly planning new ones. You're told AI is the new oil. Wrong. AI is the new engine. Nuclear is the fuel line. Every new GPU rack is a long-term power purchase agreement waiting to happen. Cloud companies lock into 10 to 20-year deals. Wind and solar help, but intermittency kills them as baseload. Gas burns CO2 and gets regulated. Nuclear, expensive up front, but once built, it spits out obscene amounts of steady energy for 60 to 80 years with near zero fuel cost. Here's the one thing you didn't know. For a typical nuclear plant, uranium fuel is often under 10% of total cost.
Does what you just heard make you want to learn more, to dig deeper, to ask better questions? That curiosity is exactly what separates people who understand finance from those who don't. Most people stop at the surface. You're going further. Let's continue.
But every extra dollar in uranium prices flows almost straight through to the miner's revenue, while barely denting the plant's economics. That's the leverage. Utilities swallow higher fuel costs because they still print money on the spread between fixed costs and guaranteed grid payments. Miners and processing companies enjoy a demand floor from long-term contracts, plus upside from spot price spikes when new reactors or restarts pile in. Mechanism: AI adoption, more data centers, higher firm power demand. Utilities sign long nuclear-heavy baseload contracts. Uranium miners lock long-term supply deals. Equities tied to this chain get multi-decade tailwinds, while everything else swings on headlines. The market is already whispering this. Nuclear ETFs beat broad indexes over multi-year windows, and that was before the real AI power crunch arrives. So what do you actually do with this? This is not financial advice, but here is the truth. If your portfolio has zero exposure to the thing feeding the machines that feed the profits, you're betting on the toppings, not the pizza. 3 steps. First, map the chain. On one end, regulated utilities and nuclear operators. In the middle, equipment makers and reactor life extension companies. At the sharp end, uranium miners and fuel cycle specialists. Write down actual ticker symbols, read their revenue sources, check how much depends on nuclear versus other businesses. Second, pick your risk. Utilities trade like slow-moving bonds with equity upside. They pay dividends and react to rate moves. Miners swing like drunk acrobats. Huge upside in bull cycles, brutal drawdowns when uranium chills, split exposure instead of going all in on the wildest story stock. Third, size it like a power bill, not a lottery ticket. You're not trying to 100x, you're trying to sneak 5 to 15% of your long-term portfolio into the infrastructure that AI cannot function without. Rebalance yearly. If AI really wins, they pay you rent forever. If AI hype dies down, you still own power, and humans never stop flipping on lights. You want to be early to something real? Stop worshiping the apps running on the machine and start owning the reactor, feeding the grid. The AI gold rush is loud. The nuclear energy ledger is quiet. Wealth usually hides in the quiet. This is not financial advice. It is a reminder that your index fund is overexposed to what shouts and underexposed to what hums. Hawk. Nuclear stocks are quietly replacing your savings account. This is not financial advice. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and check the links in the first comment below.
That's it for today on Dr. Fred Markets. I hope this gave you clarity and a new perspective. Remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research. If you found this useful, subscribe. It's free and it helps the channel grow. Find me on the blog at drfredmarkets.com and join the newsletter via the link in bio. I'm Dr. Fred Markets. See you in the next one.